Oh, hey, what's up? Welcome to DrewTube. So this is take 2 of a video I had just a little while ago. I watched it before I put it on. I was going to post it, but the sound came out just horrible because I was driving through a crappy area, a lot of bumps, and the camera was wiggling a lot. It was doing this. And that's what it looked like. So I decided to redo it. I did a video with my own review of the season premiere of season 7 of The Walking Dead. I don't know if anybody out there that watches this, all 7 people, if they're Walking Dead fans. I know a few are because I know who watches them. But this was my take on it. I thought, well, everybody speculated that that Glenn was going to get Lucille upside the head, and well, he did. But I mean, that was the way it was written for him to die. And I think it was episode or 100 or issue 100 of the comic book. Negan comes in. By the way, yes, we have, Negan. We find out a little bit more about him. He was introduced in the last episode of last season. He's pretty much a badass motherfucker. I wouldn't want to get on his bad side. But, so, yeah, in the comic book, he said, or it was written that that's how Glenn dies, is Lucille upside the head. What we didn't expect was that there's going to be 2 people getting clubbed. They got Abraham. So it was definitely a surprise because you saw Abraham go and you're like, well, okay, Glenn made it. Awesome. Sorry for Abraham. I hated that because I really liked him. He's, my kind of guy. He's, the one, he has those Abraham-isms where he says, stuff like, you'd have better luck picking up a turd by the clean end, or why are dingleberries brown? I don't know. And he died in a very Abraham way, standing up there, bowed up, and they club him once and he turns around and he's like, suck my nuts. And like I said, the last time I did this video, I think this, I'm not sure exactly what the writers said, but I believe, it wouldn't surprise me if the actual person, Michael Cudlitz, if he was the one who said, hey, I got the perfect line for when he clubs me, this is total Abraham thing, suck my nuts. And yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because I mean he seems like that kind of a guy. And it was a strategic move on Negan's part because that was Rick's, that was one of his big assets because this guy was he was a natural leader. He was a sergeant in the military. He was his only real soldier combat experience guy, prior to the zombie apocalypse. So you want somebody like that, especially when you have to go and fight other communities, that can help organize and move people around in those situations. So, it happened, and I'm like, damn, that sucks and everything. And, you think about it, well, yeah, that makes sense because, you see this guy, he's still got the military-ish style haircut. And, you look at this guy, he looks like a soldier, so, yeah, I'm going to take him out. That's a big strategic move. Then you have Daryl punching Negan, and that got Glenn killed. I mean, I think he would have killed him anyway, but... And look, I know there's some people out there, maybe you see this, maybe you show it to somebody else. I hope you do. I like Daryl. Daryl's really cool, and he's got the crossbow and the whole redneck white trash thing going and all that. But if you've ever watched in that series, he's really not a very good fighter. He usually ends up getting his ass kicked. Sometimes it's by 2 or 3 people. He's got a hot temper, but damn, someone teach that boy how to fight. Teach him some karate or jiu-jitsu or judo or something. Some boxing. Because there's just time after time, I've seen him kind of get beat up on. He's tough, though. He can take it. And, you had to break Rick down. Everybody thinks they can break Rick down. They don't understand that Rick's train left the station a long time ago. You can't break a person down like that. You might do it for a minute, a day, an hour. You never know. But eventually, he's going to have enough. And that's going to be it. He's going to lose it. Rick's cuckoo needs it leaves the clock all the time. And what I think should have happened, if I would have been a writer, I would have brought this up, because they were going to do it, and then they even said on the after show, they're not ruling it out for a future a future episode. But I think what they should have done is, I think they should have made Rick cut Carl's hand off. Carl was tough. He was sitting there. He said, yeah, Dad, just do it. He knew what had to be done. He wasn't afraid. He stood up. He had a huge set of nuts on him. Which I have to say is pretty cool, because I've never liked Carl. Anyway, getting back to that. You make Rick... He feared Rick, because Rick had no fear of him. So he had to make sure that Rick feared him. Well, you go and you cut, if they would have had Rick do this, and then he would have broke down, a future episode, they always do stuff, and they'll do something in one episode, and then like 5 episodes later, or next season, whatever happened, all of a sudden now it has an effect on people. Well, think of the effect that would have had. Rick comes when he's finally going to get Negan, because he's going to get Negan, because he always gets a bad guy, or he's going to win one way or another. How cool would it be for Rick to say, you saw me cut my son's hand right off because you threatened me. I don't think you thought I was going to do it. But you didn't understand. You thought you broke me down. You don't realize what I will go through. The hell I will go through to protect my people, my family, my friends, my loved ones, and what I will go through to get to you. You definitely underestimated me. And then that's it. And then they take him and they make a fucking piñata out of Negan. Although I think it would take a lot to break Negan, because I don't think that guy can be broken. I think he's pretty much a badass. And as much as you gotta hate the guy because he's, Rick and all the people in Alexandria, they're the ones that you've been watching for all this time, and you don't want them to die, and watching a TV show, you want those people to stay around, you want the good guy to win. But damn, this guy is just, he's there's nobody I've never seen like that. I mean, that's that cold-blooded, and he's so casual about it. He's like, yeah, if he moves, cut that boy's eye out and feed it to his dad. Like, like I said, here's some scraps, go feed it to the dog. Just no big deal. So, he's the ultimate badass. Well, that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell everybody you know. Get the word out. Alright? Don't forget, next week, we're going to be out of the truck and we're going to be on location. So this is DrewTube for another episode. My evening show. Y'all take care. Be safe. If you're a trucker, keep the rubber on the road, the bugs off your bumper, and keep Smokey off your tail. Till next time, take care.